What is up? So today we're gonna go out and explore a cemetery, but I think to go out and do that properly, you have to start in the beginning, and this beginning is right here in this field. I'm standing right in the center of the Battle of Cold Harbor. To my rear here, the Confederate line, and to my left over here, the Federal line. June 3rd, 1864, the Battle of Cold Harbor was fought right within these fields. Close to 18,000 men killed, captured, or wounded, or missing. And I think that is the origins of where we're going to go. After the battle, both armies withdrew with a brief period to capture their dead and to bury them, and most of them were hastily buried. Years later, you would have farmers come through and try to attempt to reclaim the land, but often it was much too difficult for them to even come and farm the lands due to muskets and artillery and even the remains of soldiers who were left behind. Fast forward to what we've become close to, or actually a little bit more of contested what was Memorial Day in the 1870s, and there was a big push to go out and find these soldiers and place them in proper burials. So today we're going to explore a little bit of the battlefield here, and then we are going to go check out where these gentlemen were laid to rest. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you do, reach down and click that thumbs up button. If you haven't, consider subscribing. So I'm just exploring the battlefield a little bit here, and I've been through here a lot, and Cold Harbor is pretty interesting battle to me because it's so close to home. It was so large, and so many people fought here. I mean, you're looking at, man, better than 50-some thousand guys fought here, with a huge portion of really heavy casualties. But I'll show you where I'm at. Right now I'm where the Confederate line and the Federal line was the absolute closest, without the Federals being able to actually break the line and make a move towards Richmond. So right in front of me here is the Confederate works. This is part of a secondary line, and then, well, this would have been the front of the line here, and it comes all the way down right there, and then there's another one just in front, and then there's connecting lines in between the two trenches here, and then all the way in the back in that little highlighted area is the Federal line. And that looks like a long ways, but to be honest, that's pretty close when you consider how well and how accurate muskets were by this period in the war. It's an incredibly beautiful place too. So, and I think that is what is the attraction to any battlefield, whether it's American, whatever nation or nationality you are. Any strong, large conflict, is that these places become, you know, sacred for that's, I mean, that's the only word for it. So many men fought and struggled on such a small piece of land, that really determined so much history. It's just unbelievable to think. And then when the armies left, they left in such a hurry, they weren't able to give the proper burials that they all deserved. And through the change over the next years after the battle, those remains were gathered up, and I'm going to show some photos of that. It's really incredible to think that farmers would plow through up muskets and all kinds of other things just to be unable to actually use the land again, and then they would have to go out and either move the bodies off the field themselves or pile them up, or they were made in makeshift crossroads burials. So tell you what, let's go explore Cold Harbor National Cemetery. So this is really cool. So this describes Grant's movements to Cold Harbor and the assault. Who was it? There it is. One New York soldier called Cold Harbor turned up sideways. The Union lost 2,200 men and 750 prisoners and gained nothing. So in 1866, the cemetery was established, and then it's 1.4 acres, and then so the entire the wall was built in 1870 surrounding the cemetery, along with some of the monuments that were put up as well. So we'll see what we can do and check out all the rest of it. So this is an actual siege gun, and that's an actual cannonball, and it's used as a marker, and it's very common in these cemeteries. So Cold Harbor established April 30th, 1866. Interments 1952, known 673, unknown 1279. Trees in these cemeteries are unreal how awesome they are. Like, look at those cedars. Like, I know they were planted a long time, but I don't know, it's just something special about them. So, a lot of times, if you go to a military cemetery, you will see pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters. Well, probably not a lot of quarters. So pennies just signified somebody came to pay their respects. Nickels signify you were in training with them. Dimes signify that you were in their regiment, and quarters signify that you were there when they were killed in action. And I think that's right. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong on that, but it's pretty neat. And I guess that's where the term "pay your respects" came from, but I'm not sure. I'd love to know that history too. So it says, near this stone rest the remains of 889 Union soldiers gathered from the battlefields of Mechanicsville, Savage Stations, Gaines Mill, and the vicinity of Cold Harbor. This was erected in 1870, and this is a mass grave, and more than likely where a lot of the remains from that photo, that's the thumbnail for this video, are buried. It was a trench burial, and they were laid down the back of this stone wall, or this brick wall, down in front of this marble sarcophagus. So I don't know if, I'm not sure if you can read it. This is the back. It says, erected by Congress in the year of our Lord 1877 and the 101th year of independence of the United States of America. It's cool, I never knew this was back here. So this is the other marker here, not as fancy as that one. This is U.S. soldiers, 568 unknown. So this monument is dedicated to the 8th New York Heavy Artillery, 4th Brigade, 2nd Division, 2nd Corps. It's a really pretty monument. It's got all of the names. The 8th New York took heavy losses here at Cold Harbor, and there's all the names of the men who died here. This is a neat monument. This is dedicated to Pennsylvania artillery regiments that fought here. Pennsylvania is one of the only other two other commonwealths in the Union. So another cool thing you'll notice is that there are veterans from other wars here as well. In 1862, the War Administration required all of these headstones to be numbered. As you'll see, each one has a number all the way across. And then in 1873, it opened up national cemeteries. At that time, they weren't known as national cemeteries. To veterans of all wars to be placed in a national cemetery. So I hope you enjoyed this video. To be honest, it's pretty difficult to come to a place like this and not get at least a little bit emotional when you consider the hardships and the struggles and the tremendous amount of loss that soldiers, families, friends all encountered during the Civil War. It's unfathomable, and I hope that I never have to see anything like it. So this is just a quick tour of the Cold Harbor National Battlefield Park Cemetery. It's a really neat place if you're ever here in Mechanicsville or wherever you might be, wherever you live. I would encourage you to go out and find a national cemetery and go for a stroll. So I hope you enjoy this video. If you do, reach down and click that like button. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. My name is Matt. Thanks for watching Gone Digging.